aggression level's got to be better. Tempo's got to be better. Defense has got to be better. Rebounding's got to be better. This series is each game's going to be different. They hit some hellacious shots in the game last night. We hit some hellacious shots in the first two games. It's a back and forth thing, and so we got to be ready to come back stronger tomorrow.
Rick, when you look back at film, did you feel like there was something you did that took you guys out of playing the way you wanted? Or do you feel like it was more on you guys not executing the way you want throughout that second half?
Yeah, they played well, and they, they did some very good things, and we hurt ourselves too. It's just there's both things happening. So we've got to be a much better version of who we are, and that includes a lot of areas, everything from rebounding to turnovers and other miscues, and we made poor judgment at times, and we've got to be better.
They did a really good job of closing out quarters. Was that a matter of the personnel they had on the floor at that point? Was there something that changed up?
Closing up what?
Closing out the quarters.
Oh, quarter,
third,
yeah.
Fourth, yeah. You guys were sort of hit the skids. What do you attribute that to?
It's an execution thing. We just got to be better. We got to recognize the situations. If it's a 2-for-1, we've got to time it right, and we've got to execute better. If it's something a little bit different, we got to do whatever that situation calls for better. Yeah, and so the margins are so important, and all the games are close.
Coach Lee made a lineup change, bringing Mitchell into the starting lineup, and then some other guys like DeLon Wright and Landry Shamet got minutes. Were you sort of expecting maybe a shuffling of the lineup like that, or did that maybe catch you guys off guard?
Not surprising. Their guys have, their bench guys have had a lot of good stretches all year long and in the playoffs. Payne, who's had some very good stretches, didn't play. And so, look at this. This is going to be, we had some unexpected guys playing in the second game, and they made some changes in the third game, and tomorrow's another new chapter.
I guess, do you have to go forward presuming they're going to lean into the depth Parker? Because obviously they're successful for them. Do you presume you're going to see a deeper rotation than you had in game 2?
Yeah, whatever. That's
right.
We're deep, and that's been a strength of ours. And we've got to try to play our game better than they play their game.
The results were what the results were with the 42 points in the second half, but when you looked back at it, how did you feel about the process of getting through the offensive structure, the intentionality that you attacked with? Do you feel like that was where it needed to be?
No, it was poor. I think I said that. It has to be a lot better. I'm not going to get into specifics about it, but it was not good. And credit them. They were aggressive. But we're going to have to be a lot better in a lot of areas.
Rick, when you start to look at film after a game, do you know immediately what you want to look at, or do you say, I'm just going to watch the whole game and kind of let it reveal itself to me in terms of what happened?
It depends. Sometimes you go to a fourth quarter or a stretch in the second or third that was a decisive stretch. But I don't want to get into what I did last night, but certainly eventually watch the whole game.
Yeah.
And so look, there were some very good things that we did, closing quarters was a problem, and we closed the second poorly, we closed the third poorly, and that set up a back and forth fourth quarter, and just didn't execute well enough.
Yeah, kind of what I just alluded to. We got a little stagnant, and then they made great plays. That's the playoffs. They're a great team, and they've got great players, and they stepped up and came back from a 15, 16-point deficit, so credit to them. We got to be better.
How do you think just the fact that they actually used their depth this time changed things? That they brought some guys in that you hadn't seen before. How did you see them change the dynamic, and just the fact that they used more depth and I guess were a little fresher than they had been?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like 7-game series. It's like a chess match, and they didn't use the bench that much. I don't think in the first 2 games, and he went to his bench and they played really well. Like I said, they got great players over there, both starters and coming off the bench, and they stepped up in a big way. So we got to be ready to counter that tomorrow.
When you guys aren't playing with pace, how does that show up on the court?
I think it looks like it did yesterday. I think our superpower is our speed and our depth and our ability to not get tired. And I don't think we did that very well yesterday. And our offense looks very stagnant when we do that.
Is it human nature when you have a big lead relatively early to not keep your foot on the gas, to play the clock, to get away from what you started the game trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a lead like that, I would say some comfortability sets in, and we can't allow that. A great team like that, and I think Tibbs alluded to it yesterday, no lead is safe, especially in the playoffs, and we got to be better than that, plain and simple.
You mentioned the chess match within the series. Within a game, a lot of times that turns into matchup, trying to find a particular matchup to attack. Is there kind of like a double-edged sword of matchup hunting like that, though? Like you see one guy you want to go at, can that take you out of what you're trying to do?
For sure. I mean, I feel like if we try to matchup hunt too much, our offense can get stagnant, and I think it did a little bit yesterday. So we've just got to be who we are, both offensively and defensively, be more solid on both ends, and get out and run. Because like you said, the matchup hunting can make us a little stagnant.
No, he got going. I think he's able to stretch the floor, shoot the ball as well as he does, and with that, he's able to get downhill as well. So I take a little bit on myself. It's not stepping up for the charge there, but make our adjustments and move on.
What stood out to you when you guys watched the second half on film, especially as far as the offense? What got stagnant as far as that was concerned?
We didn't play fast enough. We built our brand and made our way. Getting up and down and being a fast-paced team, and we didn't execute that well in the second half.
You looked at the three-point looks that you guys had. How did you feel about them, and just how did you feel about them overall?
That's us, man. I think that we're not going to shoot at 5 for 25. That's not really our brand of basketball. It really hasn't been, and I don't see us shooting like that, for the foreseeable future.
They're changing the lineup and putting some more defensive guys in. Did that contribute at all to you guys not being able to run as fast as normal?
I don't know, man. Potentially, I think that the biggest thing now is when you have different guys coming in, provide different things. It could possibly change, I guess, the way you play. But overall, I think it can't be, put it on them. It has to be more on us. Be more indicative of the way we need to play.
When it's not going your way from the three-point line, is your view, is this team's view, and maybe even is this league's view that the next shot, the next good look is going to be just as good, or do you intend to go away from it to try to get something else working?
I mean, me personally, I'm never going to change my mindset. If I have a wide open look, I'm going to shoot the ball, and I encourage my teammates to do the same.
When you said the tempo and the pace wasn't what you felt like for the offense in the second half, do you feel like that was something you guys were doing? You weren't getting into the way you want to play, or did the Knicks change something that you felt like kind of shook you guys and took you out of that?
Again, I think I put everything on ourselves. We got to play our brand of basketball. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We're not getting the ball inbound fast enough. There's plenty of times where we're walking the ball up the floor. It has nothing to do with the Knicks. It's everything to do with us.
Miles, what do you think of the news that Tyrese's father is going to be allowed back in the building?
You're trying to get me, huh? I don't even think. I think that I love a father-son relationship. I grew up with my father, in my house. It's a big part of my life, and this is a very special moment, and they'd be able to play Eastern Conference Finals and potentially, move on. So I'm glad that a father can see his son compete.